What's going on, 2B? I got the channel, ladies and gents. Today's little video is supposed to be of me racing, going out to Willow Springs. They had a drag night, was it yesterday or whatever? But I woke up yesterday morning and was not feeling the best. Like, I was feeling okay. I was feeling all right enough to drive. You know, my tummy just something fell off. And sure enough, around the time where I was supposed to go racing, yeah, I didn't make it out of the bathroom. Let me say that. So anyway. So unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture it. That's just the real, hey, that's just how it works, right? The last time I was supposed to go racing, there was a freaking nail in my tire. Got the nail fixed, got it patched up. I know you're not supposed to patch radials, whatever. I'm not buying another tire, like, to hell with it. If it freaking goes, that's on me. That's on me, I knew the rules. Anywho, I don't plan on going too crazy on them anyway. Anywho, this Sunday rolls around and it's on me, that's on me. I didn't think I drunk that much, but the next morning, my tummy was just not happy with me. I didn't have a headache, didn't have anything crazy. I ate, I drank, I was good to go, but my tummy just was not sitting right. It was not happy. So yeah, glad I didn't end up going out there to the track and then end up having a stage 5 evacuation emergency. Instead, we're going to talk about something else that I keep seeing and it really irks my nerve. And you know, I'm not going to keep beating the theft thing. At this point, it's just on y'all. Like, y'all keep buying these freaking high-end cars, these Mopars, these Scats, Jeeps, SRTs, Durangos, and things like that, and leaving them out in parking lots, going to the airport, going on your vacations, leaving them in freaking parking garages. That's on y'all. If y'all are that naive, and I've made multiple videos, and it's been foot stomped and beat into y'all's head time after time again, I'm convinced that you guys just don't care, and you're just willing to let insurance handle it. And if that's the case, then you do you. Y'all go right ahead, enjoy your vacations, and you know, let the thieves just leave them the keys. Might as well just go ahead and leave them the keys. So this video's not gonna be about that, because I'm tired of talking about it, and I'm tired of seeing y'all post about how, oh, my Mopar got stolen, what are we gonna do? I posted multiple videos on ways to prevent your freaking vehicles from being stolen to help protect you and your car. But just seems like, you know, I'm not even the only one. There's other YouTubers out there posting the same thing, and y'all just think shit sweet around here till you fuck around and find out. But hey, that ain't me. But anywho, on to today's topic, man. Another one that just grinds my gears is you guys getting ripped off when you go to buy things, and you know, you're not paying attention, you're not reading, you're letting dealers screw you over, you're letting buyers or sellers screw you over. Just not even just cars, but it's a couple other things. But we're gonna focus on buying cars, you know. And one of the things that I was seeing was that bought this up was, it's been more than one occasion. I might still have the screenshots. If I do have the screenshots, I'll throw them up on the screen. If not, then oh well, you just have to believe the story. But this dude goes in, and there's actually 2 stories that's pretty similar. Well, almost the same exact thing happened. One of them was an older guy. He didn't make a video about it, but he did post about it in one of the Dodge groups. And one of them was another YouTuber, actually. His YouTube channel actually blew up after, you know, he went in there, and the story goes, he goes in, he thinks he's buying a red eye, he goes home, everyone's like, hey man, that's not a red eye. He thinks people are just hating on him, they think, but no, he pops the hood, people like, hey, red eyes don't have orange, hey, I don't think that's a red eye. You're supposed to have a black supercharger badge, or you're supposed to have a black badge on your supercharger. Also, you don't have red eye in your. So basically, they're pointing out all these things that say it's not a freaking red eye, and this dude isn't believing them. And he takes it back to the dealer. He gets to this thing because they sold it to him as a red eye. You know, he paid red eye prices and things like that. You guys might remember the story. I can't remember the kid's name. I know he was a younger Hispanic dude. He ended up, I don't know if he sold the red eye or sold the Hellcat and got a red. I don't know what he ended up doing with the car. I forgot, but he ended up keeping it for a while, enjoying it. He tried to like go sue the dealer and stuff because they, you know, false advertisement. They sold him a car that was this, but it was actually this. And the other one, the older gentleman, it's pretty much the same exact thing, except for he didn't make a YouTube video about it, you know, blasting out there. He just, you know, had a couple of questions, and he thought he bought a red eye. Same thing. Thought he bought a red eye, posted the pictures of it, started, you know, hey, this is my 20 blah 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 red eye. What do you guys think about it? And there was like, it's not a red eye, bud. I'm pretty sure that's a regular Hellcat. And he's like, why do you guys think it's a regular Hellcat? And you know, everyone breaks it down, and you know, it's quite sad to see, because he's pretty heartbroken about it. Dude goes in there, he thinks he's getting his dream car, he finally got his red eye, and you know, all this could have been solved if you just did a little research. So all this video is going to be about is just ways to help, keep you and yourself out of this type of situations. So thing number one, we're going to jump right into it. Also, I'm going to jump on a couple of other things to make sure you're buying, a decent example. Some of us might not be able to go with the new route. I've tried out the used route when I bought my first Hellcat, but it didn't end up so happy for me. Now, I've seen other people who bought used Hellcats and they've been flawless. They ran just fine, no problem. So I'm going to touch on a couple of other things to help you guys if you're thinking about going down the used route. And just so you don't end up like these guys or end up like in my situation where my car blew up 4 days later. So thing number one is simply going to be to make sure you're actually buying what you're buying is just simply check the VIN. Grab the VIN off the website. I'm pretty sure you can call the dealer and be like, hey, can you give me the VIN number of this vehicle that I see you have on your lot? If they don't have it on their website, 9 times out of 10, they're going to have it on their website. So just grab the VIN, punch it into any window sticker lookup website. There's a free one out there. I'll link it down in the description. Windowstickerlookup.com, I believe it's called. It should be pretty free because the whole time that I'm like waiting for my car, I'm dropping my VIN in there to see if I can get a window sticker to pop up to see if my car at least had a window sticker. And it wasn't working for me because, it didn't. But when I was looking at other cars, same thing. I would just throw the VIN number in there and then it would pop up the window sticker of exactly what it is. It would be that car's exact window sticker. So you can see exactly what car it is, exactly what options it has, exactly what motor's inside of it. So thing number one is simply be checking the VIN number. Call the dealer. Go to the website, do whatever you need to do to get that VIN number and check that VIN number on the website. Or I believe you can email Dodge and have them shoot you the options of this vehicle if you wanted to go that route. It's a little extensive, and you can just go to the website, punch in the VIN number and be done with it. So thing number one, just check the VIN number, man. It's 2 seconds of your time. Copy, paste, window sticker pops up. That is it. And it would save both of these guys so many thousands of dollars, maybe, because they could have haggled the price down. I'm like, hey, this isn't an actual red eye, bought the prices down. So thing number two is going to be, I don't know, maybe the VIN number is coming back a little wonky on you, and you still aren't too sure about it. You still want to make sure. It doesn't help to double verify. Trust but verify, right? The window sticker can come back saying one thing and who knows what the hell. A lot of people doing these crazy motor swaps these days. A lot of people blowing these cars up and then changing something out and then taking it back to the dealership as it's something that should be. A lot of things. The used market is, is kind of sketchy out there. I'll be seeing all these videos. Where the hell all these Chrysler 300s coming from? These red eye 300s and the super stock 300s, Hellcat 300. Where these motors coming from? I can barely get a damn a transmission from Dodge, but these motherfuckers just pulling motors left and right. Hey. So thing number two is gonna be check up under those hoods, man. I'm telling you, the worst thing you want to do is go there, send them your hard-earned deposit money if you're doing a deposit. Go through your credit union, get everything ready to go. You fly all the way out there, drive all the way out there, only to find out that this isn't even the right motor. Something's going on. Like something's not matching. It's gonna be a real hectic headache when you go to try to register something or buy some car parts or something and then take it in for dealer service. And like, hey, this ain't your motor is not the right one. It's supposed to be something crazy. Hey, so do yourself a favor. Trust but verify. The VIN number might pull up one thing, but it takes another 2 seconds just to pop that hood, look right there on that corner of that freaking windscreen, and you can see VIN number matches, VIN number here. Go down there to that motor, and that's gonna be a little harder to do, find the VIN number on the motor. But as long as everything looks good, they're good and kosher. Make sure the block is red if it's a red eye or super stock. Make sure it's orange if it's a freaking regular Hellcat. So make sure your colors are matching. Make sure if it's a red eye supercharger, you need to have your little black badge up there. And make sure if it's a regular Hellcat, it's gonna be just a satin badge up there. Make sure everything looks good. Check those freaking pulleys. That's gonna be another thing on this list. So thing number three is on the list. While we're up under the hood, check for any aftermarket mods, man. So when I got my Hellcat, the very first one, my 2015, the one that went kaboomy 4 days later, I checked up under the hood. Everything looked just fine. It looked normal to me. Regular black belt, regular pulley size, regular supercharger, nothing crazy. Only thing that it did have aftermarket was a one-piece drive shaft and of course a muffler delete, which I don't think that's really aftermarket, but it did have a muffler delete because he started up and it was pretty rowdy. I was like, oh, sounds like a muffler delete already. Sure enough, I'll pop up under there, I see a muffler delete. Also, while I'm under there, I see the one-piece drive shaft. I'm like, uh-oh, that might not be a good sign. One-piece drive shaft, that means this thing's been raced. And, you know, people take care of cars. Like, I'm not saying that everything that's been raced is just, you know, beat to shit. Unfortunately for me, what I think the guy did was he swapped the pulley back onto it. He's maybe sold the aftermarket pulley, left the one-piece drive shaft because he just didn't want to deal with, you know, taking the whole exhaust off, taking drive. He just didn't want to deal with it. But the pulleys and stuff are pretty simple, so he pulled that off, made it look as stock as possible, and the tune, the aftermarket tune was still on the car. So I think the timing might have been turned way the hell up, or something crazy, and that might have been what did me in. Or the car was already a hurt motor, and you know, I don't know. I don't know. But checking under the hood, probably once I saw the one-piece drive shaft, that should have been my sign to be like, I don't know about this one, man. Something's a little sketched out right here. So check up under the hood. Make sure everything's nice and stock. Make sure it looks exactly how it's supposed to look. Make sure you ain't got no one-piece drive shafts hanging out there. And if you're okay with that, then you can proceed and, you know, move forward with the buying process. But if you know you should be getting a stock vehicle and you're worried about warranty and things happening to you, you should probably make sure that the car isn't freaking modified. If that's what you're worried about, make sure the car isn't freaking modified before you drive it off the lot, because you're gonna bring it back. They're gonna try to pin it on you somehow, even though you bought it from them like that. It's like, no, this car's modified. You knew this before you bought it. Now, moving on. Now, another thing that you might not be the best at doing, I know I've never done this before, but I've seen people, especially when they're buying these high-end cars, and this might not be something as important to you, but it could be a dead giveaway for maybe if the dealer could be lying about, you know, whether the car was in any type of collision or anything like that. It's simply checking the paint, man. Obviously, if it's been painted, we all know that the paint is never as good as OEM once it's been repaired. We all know it. It never is. It just never matches up. It's never the same. I've seen it on my first Charger. I've seen it on my brother's Charger. It's like if the sun hits his right side of his car just right, you can see both his doors are two different pearl colors. He's got the ivory tricoat pearl, and you can tell there's two different colors if that sun hits it just right. At any other time, you can't see it, but if that sun hits it just right, you can see that that right side door was repaired, which none of us knew. It didn't say the car had been in a collision, but that door had been repainted. Not sure why, but it had been repainted. I knew why my bumper got repainted. I hit a goddamn pole, and hey, that's on me. Whatever. I got my bumper repainted on my first Charger, and yeah, she was good to go after that. But you can still, once again, that sun hits you just right, you can tell. So just do yourself a once over. You know, try to get the car some sunlight. Try maybe bring a paint. There's a, what do they call it? A paint inspection tool or something like that, where it can like measure the paint, and if it's mismatched, like it's way lower here and way higher here or something like that, that's one way to do it. I don't know how to use that damn thing, so but if you know how to use it, just maybe grab one. I'm not sure how much they cost. They look pretty inexpensive to me. I'd say maybe 50-60 bucks is what I would guesstimate they would cost. So maybe you can get yourself one of those paint inspection tools, just run it around, place it on the car, see if you can see like any huge variances, like maybe the paint tolerance here is supposed to be like 0.60 and over here is down at 0.20. Like, what happened to this spot? Why is this one so low over here? Like, this whole right side is so much lower, and everywhere on the car is 0.60. So you can grab yourself one of those and go around and check, or you can just, you know, park it out in the light, you know, try to catch it that way. But that might not be as consistent as that little paint tool. So that's one way to check for repairs that might not be disclosed at the time of purchase, especially when buying from a private seller or something that a dealer does not Dodge or any other manufacturer that you're going to. So another way you can try to protect yourself and make sure you know what you're getting into before you sign on that dotted line and drive off that lot. And the last and final thing is kind of a hit or miss way to like tell, you know, what type of driving that your used vehicle may have been subjected to prior to you showing up and you trying to, you know, take ownership of this vehicle. So simply going to be check that damn rear wheel well, especially if it's a rear wheel drive car. Just check the rear wheel well, man. If you see rubber lined up all up in there, you see rock chips lining up in there on that back fender, if you see just mountains of rubber or even just a little bit, man, that might be a telltale sign of like, I don't think this was a garage kept and granny driven. I don't know too many grannies out here kicking rocks and doing donuts and throwing up 8 pounds of freaking rubber all in the inside of the wheel well. So that's one good way to tell what type of driver might have had the car before you. Yeah, Just ask questions if something seems off, and make sure the story checks out. Just like, don't be afraid to take their time. This is a huge process, and people just go in there, willy-nilly. I'm getting this today, and they don't do any type of research or homework at all on these cars before they buy them. And that's how you end up in situations like me and those other two guys. Well, I mean, they're separate situations, but those other two guys that got something they thought was one thing, or me that's thinking I'm getting, a grade A Hellcat for a super steal of a price, and only 5,000 miles. There's another kicker right there. 5,000 miles on the car, bro. No way. Yeah. All the green flags were just not there. The red flags were just right in my face, and I just was like, nah, red key, baby. So yeah, so that's gonna wrap it up for this little video, man. I gave you guys a short little list of things that I've, that should help you next time you go out here. You think you're buying one of these cars, especially if you're in the used car market and you're trying to get one of these things used. Just take some of these things, take it next time you go out there. Just remember them, write them down if you need to, and yeah, it's gonna save you. I'm trying to tell you, it's gonna save you the heartache. And when you go out there and you think you're getting this and this, and then it's actually this, it's gonna save you a whole hell of a lot of money when you're paying for this and actually getting this. So just do your research, do your due diligence, write these things down if you need to. Take it with you next time you go out there to try to make one of these big purchases. And this doesn't just apply to Mopar, obviously. You can buy it to any car that you're buying, man. If it's a new daily, take it with you. If it's a new freaking race car, take it with you, man. It can apply to any make, model, or brand, whatever. It doesn't matter. So I hope you guys picked something up from this video. You found it helpful. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell icon so you guys get notifications when these videos go up. So to the Instagram channel, Low Through Success Soul, all one word. I'll put it down in the description. Until next time, 2 of you, I'm out. Peace.